A federal prosecutor kills herself, leaving behind her estranged ex-husband and 3 young girls. Because during the divorce proceedings and other things, she claims that her husband was incredibly mean to her and took away things from her, and therefore the best thing for her was to end her whole life. Now, I don't know all the legal realities of this. I don't know who's wrong or who's right, but I am struck by this idea that a mother would say, I don't get what I want, it's better for me to end my own life. And she talked about this in a very lengthy post about how she's going to end her life in a quiet and idyllic place and how it's all going to be grand, and my husband basically has driven me to this. And that may all be true. Her husband could be the biggest meanie in the world. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not part of the multiple legal proceedings and multiple rulings against either of them. But what my point is that this woman really believes leaving this as her last memento will make her children happy. I really love you, but I got to kill myself. If you've ever had someone commit suicide in your life, a family member or a friend, if you've ever tried to help people who are processing that, they will say, why wasn't I enough? Imagine these young girls seeing these pictures of her mother and say, why wasn't I enough? Why wasn't spending time with me enough? Why do you have to leave this legacy? You think you're doing it in a grand and distinguished manner. You think with all of your legal skill you can write the perfect ironclad document, but ultimately you're choosing self over others and ending your life and putting yourself in eternal jeopardy because you didn't get your way. And the ones who really suffer are not just you eternally, but those who are left behind wondering, why wasn't I enough? Psalm 147. He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. When we see selfishness like this, we turn and say, I'm not enough, but God is. He heals the brokenhearted. He binds up their wounds. He comes to us in our weaknesses and brings us comfort, eternal comfort that no human can. If you're watching this video, it's likely some algorithm somewhere figured that you wanted this content, and perhaps you have had some of this in your past. And it's easy for us to say, well, why me? Why wasn't I enough? And you'll never get an answer with that, will we? Instead, in our weakness, in our brokenheartedness, in our need, it is something greater to say, I'm not enough, Lord. I wasn't, but you are. Do not abandon me. Do not selfishly go away from me, but build me up, bind me up, care for me. You're my Savior. You're my Lord. You're my everything. I need you, even if they have left me. And might I say, especially because they've left me.